Hey, how y'all doing? Let's go ahead and get into it. You know, I don't like to waste no time. I want to talk about women, what women go through when they have miscarriages or or they have a stillborn baby or a death of a child. And I like to talk about things that we really don't talk about, but needs to be said. And this is what this channel is for. And so we're going to go ahead and kind of unpack some of the things that goes on. And this is something that you're dealing with or have done with or have been through. You can always drop a comment in there and just share, because it may help someone out. So one of the things when you think about, let's retract back, and I'm going to use myself because I've been through this before. But one of the things that happens to you when you first find out that you're pregnant, you're ecstatic, right? Especially, this is something that you want to create with the person that you love, your husband or whatnot. And you find out that you're pregnant. So it's actually a joyous occasion. But what happens in time, for whatever medical reason, and my husband, who's in the medical field, was telling me that a woman, what's going on with me? A woman that has a miscarriage is a normal thing. You at least have one miscarriage. I didn't know that. That's like really normal, right? But then you go ahead and you have children. But some of us may not be able to carry a baby, for whatever the situation is, or some of us may have carried the baby and carried it to full term, only that the baby didn't have a heartbeat or different things like that, right? And so we go through helplessness, hopelessness, hopeful. We're hopeful all at the same time. We experience, whoa, there's a bird. We experience a lot of anxiety. We experience stress, right? We experience, of course, we know what the channel is about: hair loss, weight loss, insecurities, helplessness, where we couldn't save our babies, for whatever the case may be. We're fixated on, if I would have did this, maybe if I would have did that, oh, I don't have a better relationship with God. We go through everything, but we have a lot of guilt and a lot of insecurity around, am I woman enough? Am I being punished for the things or the decisions I made back in the past before this came about? Will I be able to have? And if I do, will it be a healthy baby? So these are some of the things that we deal with as women that we have to talk about, and if you're a woman that's going through that, it is okay to find a support group or something, or a friend, and be able to talk about that, or maybe a sister that's been in the same situation as you, and be able to unpack it. Because what happens is, if you don't, you will carry that weight, and then you'll have your baby, and that weight, you won't even be able to enjoy your new baby, because you're thinking about, you still haven't unpacked that you haven't grieved it, you haven't grieved it, you haven't talked about it, you just was like, that's it. And it is nothing. When you come to the realization, it was nothing that you can do to change that situation. That, you know what I mean? It was nothing. You didn't do anything wrong or whatnot. Until you come into that situation, that understanding, you will continue to carry that. And that can carry on for years. I have friends that have been through that, and 5-10 years later, they're still talking about the impact that it made on them and how they felt worthless because they couldn't carry their child, or they couldn't have their child, or they had their child and the child was dead. So you got to unpack that, because there's a lot. I'm not talking about everything, because there's only so much you can talk about on a TikTok video, but you got to be able to unpack it, right? It's not just the physical, or the losing of your hair, and the losing of relationship, the isolation, the strong and I'm proud thing, right? It's not just about that. You have to be able to deal with it. So I hope this helps you. If you are a new mommy that's going through or maneuvering through postpartum hair loss, or maybe something underlining, go ahead. I have some no-cost information for you on my page, and all you have to do is just follow. You guys have a great one. See you next video. Bye.